group earlier. Here's an interesting factoid for people and for yourself perhaps. 3 years ago, American Tower's market cap was $30 billion, and Simon Property Group's market cap was $58 billion. Today, American Tower's market cap is $40 billion, plus $10 billion, and Simon's is $69 billion, plus $10 billion. Since then, both companies have grown materially, but admittedly American Tower at a faster clip, both in terms of AFFO and FFO per share growth and market cap growth. So I did I had someone run some analysis that interpolated those growth rates, cash flow and market or per share or stock price growth from the last 3 years, and interpolated looking forward. And under those respective growth rates, American Tower could surpass Simon's market cap and be the largest property company on the planet in about 10 years. What do you think of that?
Well, there's a new frontier company, a new subsector that we just created today. We are very focused on growth, as is Simon Properties, which is the industry leader, of course. We are in the midst of about 3/4 of the way through, taking from a basketball analogy, our double-double strategy. And that was to double the AFFO over a 5-year period from 2007 to 2012, and then double it again from the end of 2012 to the end of 2017. That's our double-double 10-year strategy, to take the AFFO per share from $1.50 at the beginning per share to $6 by the end of 2017. And our public statement is we're on track to do that. Based on the trends that I've talked about a little bit in the technology cycle, we think that these double-digit growth rates can go on well beyond that. The other thing we've set up our company to do is to be a global business, because this technology is being deployed around the world. It happens to be being deployed in the US and a few other countries first. And then there's some transitional countries like Brazil and Mexico and South Africa, where it's about 5 years behind. And then there are emerging markets where these technologies are about 10 years behind. So just like laddering maturities on a balance sheet, we're laddering technology S-curves over about a 30-year period where we think we're going to get significant growth over a long, long period of time. The way that we've set ourselves up to do that is by the end of this year, pro forma, we expect to have about 100,000 properties around the world. 100,000. Okay? 40% of those are in the US, and 60% of those are going to be outside the US. Now, at this moment, about 70+% of our AFFO comes from those 40,000 US properties. We've got more properties outside the US. By the way, they're growing faster, and they'll grow, we think, for a longer period of time at higher rates. When you do all that math and all that evaluation of cash flow ramp, the area of that curve gets pretty significant over about a 20-year period. So we are very confident that we're going to deliver some outsized long-term cash flow growth. Much of that mix will still be in the U.S., but increasingly it'll come from outside.
That's pretty phenomenal. What